The following is a fan-based discussion. All properties discussed are property of Toei Inc., Bandai, Saban Entertainment, and Subaraya Productions.
More disappointment!
Hey, welcome back everyone to the Tokucast Bottom 10 show. Today we continue our color series yet again.
Where we scrape the barrel.
And now we are on to yellow.
Yep.
Our primary colors will be out of the way.
Yep.
Number 10. One I'm a little sad is actually on here because I like this one, but he really does not. Boken Yellow.
Her story arc was fine, but I hate the way that she acted. She was literally little girl throughout most of the show.
Yeah, but considering Pink was the more mature one, I thought it balanced it out pretty well. So.
See, the way that I think that they balance out when they end up doing something like that is what they did in Shinkinder.
Yeah, fair enough.
But for this
it didn't bother me too much.
It's just like they juxtapose them so hard from each other.
Yeah, I can understand.
It's just like, and I just didn't really like Boken Yellow that much. It's like I liked her storyline a lot more. The actual story focused on her, but yeah, her herself just wasn't that interesting, and that's sort of a problem.
But moving on, number 9, Yellow 4-1.
It's not really so much because of her; it's more because of the fact that her actress is terrible. So, yeah, it's just,
that's why she was killed off.
She had like some interesting things that could have really gone through, like with Farrah Cat. That could have been really, really interesting to do, but her herself, she just wasn't. Yeah.
Sad to know.
And it would have been interesting to actually have that done, but her actress really, really screwed that role over.
Hence why. Yeah, go check out the review.
Yeah. Go check out the Bioman review or look at the wiki. It's all there, but yeah, her herself.
But go check out her review all the same.
Yeah.
Number 8, Key Ninja.
Once again, Ninja's just going to be on every list. I'm always going to wander. So
we're sorry.
I'm not. He was.
I will say it is at number 8 because mostly it's just blandness.
Yeah, he was extremely bland. Nagi was just not interesting. And they left.
Sadly new.
Like, they gave him some focus episodes, yeah, but at the same time, they didn't really do anything with it. And the weird part is, a lot of the focus episodes with Nagi also had to do with Fuka, because they're about the same age. Yeah. But it's just, neither one of them are interesting, so here we are.
Here he is at number 8 on our list. Yeah, and at number 7, Yellow Turbo. Well... What else can you say? Aside from yet another bland ranger. Yet another boring ranger.
He's very, very boring. Turbo, boring. Ugh. Number 6.
Marcus is a little lost for words.
What can you say about Turbo Ranger? Nothing.
Number 6, Tiger Ranger.
Once again, another one of those characters is just... He was sort of supposed to be the antithesis to Dan, but he's also just a boring character who was just there.
Yep.
It's such a problem because a lot of the more recent shows, Barn and Ninja, as you just said, they screw themselves over a lot when it ends up coming, especially when there are 3 males on the main team. They've really been screwing themselves over a lot. Q Ranger is actually doing this pretty well, except for, Spot is doing a lot more now. Yeah. They're doing a lot less with Henny though, so she's being pushed aside. But he himself just, boy, was just boring. He was there. He's just another there character. That's really all that you can say. And he overacted a lot, too.
Yeah.
A lot of these people do.
Speaking of overacting, go on Yellow.
I hate anything cutesy. And that was her. Why? Wwhy do characters like this even exist? I hate any...
It is Japan, you have to keep in mind.
It's the moe thing.
Yeah, that's a big part of Japan.
So. Idol culture. So it's just like, here's a big product of that, and here's where you're screwed up. Because they did the idol culture with her, and go on Wings Silver, and the lady villain from that show, they had like the 3 princesses thing, and I'm just like, kill me now. That's really the only way to escape this. There's no other way. I'm just gonna die.
Well, you could just shut it off.
It trapped me. A terribleness.
Number 4, Magic Yellow.
Okay, here's where it's going to be a thing. As we all know, Beat Buster was great.
Yes, the same actor went on to play Beat Buster.
And we see him a lot. He's in a lot of other things. He was in... Here's the funniest part of this. Magic Yellow was the mentor of Owl Ninja.
Yes, we mentioned this in
the blues
in our blue list.
And I just thought that was hilarious because he was so bad in the show. He was so monotone. He was basically Troy from Megaforce. That's not a good thing. And it's just...
To be fair, Troy from Megaforce didn't have a lot to work with, so that's not entirely his fault.
Yeah, it's not. But it's just like the whole thing with Magic Yellow, he was so monotone throughout the entire thing. And once again, this is much more about the actor than the character. Because the character was sort of fine. They didn't really give him a lot to do, but once again, that show is a lot more family focused.
It is. It's very family focused. The team is a family.
Which is fine. I like Magic Ranger. Pink. But her, like... Magic Yellow just, because of the fact that he came off just so monotone throughout that entire show, it screwed him over so bad of actually giving like any endearment to his character. I remember before Go Busters came out, people loved to make fun of him in this show.
I can understand why.
Yeah.
Moving on. Number 3, Ginga Yellow.
He was a brat. And I hate bratty characters. I hated Gal Blue. I hate Ginga Yellow. Both of them are just basically the same person, except in 2 separate shows. And I really, really hated Ginga Yellow's attitude throughout, basically the entire thing. He's such a kid and such a little asshole. It's just like, I don't like it. I don't like paying any attention to you. And what's worse, one of the first few Focus episodes is on him. And I'm just like, why? You're not interesting.
He did go away. You know who came in instead? Number 2, Blue. Yellow. That's the list.
Ranger came before it. Mega Man.
But I'm just talking about the list.
The biggest problem with her, because once again, basically everybody was fine the first 8 episodes.
They were like, yeah.
But then they ended up having episode 9, which was focused on her, and it was like the whole thing where she was readily willing to go out there and just betray her team for some bullshit fact. And I'm just like, you gotta know how to deal with the character. And once again, episode 9 is when everything went downhill for O-Ranger. Yeah. Because that was when all the writing and everything changed drastically. And they just did not know what to do with her. So they basically just made her a terrible person immediately and just like, this is fine. And no, it wasn't. So here we are with a legitimately awful character.
I feel like screenwriting should be 101 is don't make your heroes a terrible person.
Yeah. And they did it with her badly. It's bad with her, and I hated everything they did with her from that point on. Jury could have been so much better, but then they just screwed her over awful. Like, they screwed her over awfully, and that's not good at all.
Not as bad as number 1, Volpanther.
I hated him. He was so annoying in his show. And his actor got arrested for sexually assaulting some young girl.
That's awful.
Yeah.
Wow.
Awful. That's his new name now. He was sort of annoying in that show. He was just like the comic relief throughout most of it. And I like there's a difference between comic relief and just having comedy in your show. Yeah. Because Car Ranger did the comedy pretty damn perfectly throughout that entire
Car Ranger was built from the ground up to be a comedy, though, so there is a bit of a difference there.
But with here, it's just like you end up having a comic relief character, and that ends up becoming their entire character. And in this case, it doesn't work.
There's nothing wrong with having a comic relief character to balance things out.
Yeah.
I think Tokachi from Tokucast is a good example of this.
But when you end up having it, especially coming at the wrong times in some cases, you're just like, ew. Ew.jpg.
Ew.mp4.
He just wasn't that good of a character. And then the whole thing with his actor, it's like, yeah, we shouldn't bring in like the whole actors thing into this, but I feel like because it's such a gigantic part of sometimes how the character's portrayed and everything.
Sometimes.
You end up tarnishing the image of the character that you made. and especially in this case, that's terrible. And ew, I hate some things
like this. But that does it for our list, everybody.
Welcome to the summer.
Oh yes, cicadas. But anyway, what are your least favorites?
In the yellows, let us know.
Please do. I love reading your lists.
Yeah, your lists are great. Can't wait to see all the disagreements.
And I can't wait to see the agreements too.
Bye, everybody.